Hey Mo, we need to get an intro down for this channel, you know.
Yeah, but what are you thinking, Lee?
Why don't I rap over the top of it?
Don't be ridiculous. You sound like a northern M&M.
Look, listen to me. Yo, yo, yo. The Munch Brunch in the house, man.
Absolutely not.
Right, what you got in mind?
Let's just keep it simple.
I'm Lee.
I'm Aim.
We're the Munch Brunch.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another mukbang with Aim and Lee. We are the Munch Brunch UK. Lee, tell them, what do we have on the menu today?
Hey Mo, we have a spaghetti bolognese. In my worst Italian accent. I sound like a Brummie Italian.
Exactly. How are we all?
I'm fine, thank you.
Not you, Lee.
Oh, how are you though, too? How are you?
I'm good. So in mine, Lee's got an actual green pepper there, which I'll shift for you. So you'll have to do it.
Travesty. I've got to just make sure the light doesn't change. Yeah, Aim knows not to give me the horrible, nasty stuff like peppers, but still, it's infiltrated my dinner.
I've got onions and peppers in mine. Lee might find a sneaky little bit in there, but oh well.
I better not. We've got some garlic bread on the go down here, as you can see. We'll be divvying it up. 6 to me, 1 to Aim, as we go. Do
you remember
along.
last time? I don't think that you don't, but you thief my garlic bread.
I would never steal another person's garlic bread.
Well, I've had the crust because I know you like them.
Thank you, that's really nice of you.
So there, you've got them too in there and all.
Like Aim said, how are you all? Hope you're well. It is Tuesday, isn't it? We're recording this on Tuesday. The worst day, weather-wise, we've had in like 2 months. Bear in mind, it's the end of May, and people are on holiday this week because it's Whitsun week. Is it Whitsun?
They used to call it Whitsun week, but now it's just...
I call it crap week because it's rained.
Well,
it's
you'll
hailed.
see the sunshine now, but literally I'm looking outside the window here. Blue sky, lovely. 5 minutes ago, hailstones that big. Am I lying, Lee?
And thunder.
Yeah, there was thunder.
Mm.
So we just had an experience with my mum with the bumblebee running around the kitchen. My mother was screaming after Lee because she found a bee in her room.
It was a giant bee, but in its defence, it was a very injured giant bumblebee. It posed no threat to humanity in the slightest.
But she said, like, if it hurt Barney.
You got a bit of sauce there.
So have you.
I haven't.
Yeah, you have. So you just licked
But I'm just telling you, can't you tell me? It's just nice to tell people.
But why would you say I haven't then? When you did it?
Because, anyway, it was a big bumblebee and I just have to put it to safety out the back in the hope that it can find a way of recovering. Maybe go to like Bumblebee A&E and get fixed. Cause,
they're really good for the community, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll put it in the flower pot out the back so it won't kill any of the dogs. And hopefully it gives it a chance to recover.
Or the dogs doesn't try and kill it.
Yeah, it was like a massive one.
That's horrible then. Yeah, so if anybody is away on holiday for half term with the kids, I'm really sorry because this weather is really pants, isn't it? That's the salt for it. And all these Jubilee celebrations that people are having.
Being pissed on a bit, haven't they?
It's like all going to be... I mean, I thought... My mum was like, there's going to be a heat wave because it said that. There was going to be like a heat wave on the weekend. It doesn't look like there is.
Next week, the forecast like 20 all
21.
week. But that isn't really a heat wave, is it? Not by UK standards. By this time of year, we've normally had a proper heat wave mid-April, last couple of years.
It's always April, isn't it?
And then we have a really shit summer. I figure that one out. But I do feel sorry, like I was saying, for the parents and the families who are going away this week, because you book an holiday. English prices, if you're on holiday in England, 9 times out of 10 it's like a Haven caravan site or something. They're not cheap. And they don't actually take into consideration, hang on, should we give discounted holidays? Because 9 times out of 10, they have to stay indoors because it's pissing down everywhere.
I think that's why people do take advantage of like the sun holidays with the tokens. Because, I mean, we never really did that, stupidly enough, but
No.
we kind of we went to one called Devon Cliffs. Now that's near Exmouth or in Exmouth, and we used to have a private caravan, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we paid like 1,800 for the week. That was just the caravan alone.
And that was all because at the time we was a bit nervous like taking, this when Tia was quite young, was nervous like taking her abroad. But looking back, I would have rather took my chances abroad. We could have 2 holidays abroad for what that flipping holiday cost us.
Not only that though, where it is, like near Torquay and Brixton, we genuinely love that part of the country, don't we? However, it is a joke. It is a joke what they're charging, and now obviously because of COVID, things have gone up even more. Sorry, I'm really sorry.
So I was trying to get the flipping thing. Get out of me bowl!
He's going to have a go at me now.
I'm not, just...
Sneaky onion got in there.
Shoot, sneaky. It's hardly hidden now, it was massive.
That's why I cut them so big.
I know, it's handy that is. Can I have the salt, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we couldn't actually talk right now, so that's what I talk about today. Was holidays, because we are doing one. Only a few days, so we're on about moving back to where I'm from, which we've told you all before, it's not a secret. But Aim's mum and dad have never been there. So if they move with us...
You're going to tell him it's Morecambe. Like,
it's Morecambe.
come on.
By the seaside.
Yeah. Beautiful, not far from the Lake District, close to Blackpool, things like that. So
we're taking them there for just a few days to give them a sample of what it'll be like when we eventually move there.
Yeah.
And that's that. That's what we're doing in about a month's time. I hope it's better weather than we've got currently here in the Midlands.
When it's a hot day on that seafront there, it is beautiful. And you can see all over to the Lake District, can't you?
Yeah, we've shown it on a few vlogs and it's on a nice day there.
You've seen it when we've been there, guys. It's so nice. And it's just, because it's not like Blackpool. It's a really like calm, sort of peaceful place, isn't it, as well?
But like I say, I've done it when I was younger, where you go on holiday to a caravan park. I've been in like winter as well, summer and winter holidays, like October break, whatever. You got no choice. Well, if you got a kayaking out and about, but even then, when I was a kid, there weren't a lot to do.
No, me and my family used to go like 3 times a year, and the third one would always be the October half term time, or whatever, you know.
Playing on the beach in the bloody rain.
It was more kind of like shops and things for me, like to drive around. And there wasn't many beach situations in the October break. However, it was still nice and exciting as a kid. Like as a child, you think, oh yeah, we're going on holiday. It's fun, isn't it?
That's the best thing ever when you're a kid. Jumping in the back of the car. When you go on holiday, everything feels different to a normal day. So a normal trip out with your mum and dad. Oh, we're off shopping. Oh, for feck's sake, Mum, I don't want to go. I want to stay at home and play with my mates. As soon as you know you're going on holiday, Mum, what time am I going to get up? I'm not going to lying. I'm getting up at 5. Got to pick out my best clothes. Got to pack all my toys. Set up in the back of the car, because it was just me back there, because I had no brothers or sisters. All my toys set out in the back, my colouring books,
you know, like,
my
what's
stereos.
It called, like a hand, you know, what you...
Oh, an armrest.
An armrest, that's it.
Yeah.
You used to use them as like a little cave, didn't you, for your toys?
Yeah.
But your backpack, though, with all your favourite things. For me, even that, like, I love stationery now, but it was always my pencil cases, my colours.
Yeah, I did that sort of stuff, yeah.
Oh, I loved it. And did any of you guys used to get, when you was away, it's like a big board with felt on.
Yeah.
Glitters, pens.
Still do now, don't they?
Oh no, yay big. You know, it was great.
Like your favourite cartoon characters on there and stuff.
Well, I'll never forget
wrestlers.
We went to a place called Coastview near Teignmouth or Tynemouth, whatever you say. Anyway, and I got on with, it was a tiger one. And it had all gold glitter to represent the tiger. Oh, it was great.
I remember went on holiday with my nan one. Well, she came on holiday with us. We took her away with us. And I sat on a cigarette butt and burnt my butt, like my arse got burned. I was like, what the whatever. I was a kid, so I didn't swear. And somebody thrown a cigarette thing. It was like there was a mini arc, like some fairground rides on this caravan park, but it was shut up for the night. So you know, like the little bit where you walk on the metal bit around the rides, you get onto. Yeah, I just sat down, wait for mum and dad and whoever else. I sat on a cigarette thing that had just been thrown down there and burnt my arse. And then the next day, I think it was peeing down. And I remember we sat in the caravan, me and my nan, doing one of these colouring boards. Spent hours on it, crying out loud. But they weren't fun though until the felts ran out, because there was always crap felts. They weren't of good quality ones that you got free.
Little ones, weren't they? But it was a glitter I used to love.
Oh, glitter done me head in. It's more of a girly thing, glitter. Yeah, it just gets everywhere, and boys don't like. I didn't like things like that.
Oh, I love glitter. Even now, like anything like that. And I remember at this particular holiday as well, it was the first time I had a giant gobstopper. Remember them? They used to have that massive. I don't think they do necessarily now.
They do. Maybe not the same ones, but they do still do. Put your hand up right now if you actually ever finished one.
No.
They always got wasted.
Sticky, put in
Oh,
kitchen
it's
roll.
horrible.
And your mum would throw it away, wouldn't she?
Should wait until you've forgotten about it. Then you know what? A couple of days like, Mum, where's my gobstopper? Oh, you must have lost it, like. Well, I didn't, did I, Mum? Well, you must have done because it's not there now.
No, because it was in the corner of the room collecting dust off the carpet. But it's beautiful when it's a nice day, but I also remember being in the caravan when it was cold, rainy, and you put the gas fire on, and you could hear the rain and everything, and like you're there like, what are we doing here? Like we could be at home, you know.
Supermarket sweep. First thing in the morning. And get up. What were you doing anyway?
I wondered where you was going with that then.
What? Oh,
You
great.
just went, supermarket sweep.
Bit of Dale Winton in the morning whilst you're on holiday. Wait for your mum to cook the breakfast. For literally freezing you out. I mean, kids have it lucky these days with the caravans. With their nice TVs and bloody Xboxes set up, whatever they have in there. We didn't. We had like tiny TVs, little gas fire, no central heating. Your buddy bedrooms are like using an iceberg. You get into bed in October. Your dad gives you like 4 duvets, 5 layers of clothes. You're like, this can't be normal, Dad. It's so freaking cold. Get to sleep now, Lee. You got to get up early in the morning. Just shut up and go to
You
sleep.
have to walk round in the rain.
Oh my God, you never got warm. Because we'd go to places like Scarborough and stuff, which were cold at the best. Even in the summer, it's cold in Scarborough.
Well, it's not, but...
It ain't that warm, mate. It's in the northeast, Yorkshire way. And then in the winter, the rain comes down like vertical. It's like beats you up. You get into your car and you think, I'll be warm now. No, just as cold. Trying to dry your towels.
Remember. Yeah, drying your clothes and things was difficult. But I don't really remember the winter holidays so much.
Well, they're the ones that stick out more for me.
What did you used to do on a rainy day? Did you still go out in the car? We went out in the car. Your dad was very much like my sort of, he got a bit of big, huge bit of mince there.
Yeah, we're going.
Just shopping and things and
Boring stuff. Looking
go
back.
to electrical shops for video cameras. And what's the point? Do it at home before you go on holiday.
We'd go abroad and my dad, because back then, what we were talking in the 90s, out in mid-90s, duty free and whatnot. Oh, I'm going to get some cheap aftershave. And they get a list off the mates. Yeah, get me this,
He's
this,
not
this,
Geordie
and this.
now.
Well, whatever. And we'd have to traipse around the shops on holiday when I wanted to be in the pool or running right on the beach. We've got to go look for aftershaves, cheap booze, fags for me nan. And then you end up having to buy a separate suitcase to bring back. This is for weight restrictions, I think. You could just pack whatever you want. You could put your buddy's piano in a suitcase back then. They didn't weigh it. And then you just bring back an extra 2 cases with all the illegal stuff in there.
Not illegal.
Well, you never know what my dad brought back. I never asked him. I remember my mates when I was in high school, they went to France. I didn't go, they were a bit older than me. They brought back some little firecrackers. I was like, wow, that's amazing. Did they go bang? I said, yeah, they did. So I nabbed a few when you weren't looking. And I let these off in the class. And then, it's quite
Did you
fun.
not get another holiday to go on? So we had 2, like.
In school? Yeah, I didn't want to go.
Where was the other one?
It was to France, but I didn't want to go.
Oh, so that they didn't have like 2 separate places?
No, we had the chance to go to France or detention. And my mum said, do you want to go to France? I said, no, not really. And I probably went to detention that week instead. But a couple of my friends did. I weren't interested. My idea of France at that age was, oh, bloody hell, I don't speak it because I was struggling with French in school. And they eat frogs' legs. I was like 11. I was like, I don't want to eat frogs' legs, Mum. I just want to stay at home and eat chicken dippers.
I don't eat frogs, actually. I thought schools got like 2 options.
No, not all schools are that posh, Shane.
Our school wasn't posh.
I told you. Literally, my school, as soon as I left it, they shut it down after about 2 years later. It's like, right, Lee's gone. We'll never get a student like him again. Let's shut it down. It's not
I
been
have
open
to be
since.
honest, I saw like a little video of it on the internet. It was
It doesn't do it
interesting.
justice, trust me. Our school bred loads of delinquents and...
I'm surprised Ofsted didn't get in there before that.
Well, to be fair. I mean, there were some good teachers there. There was a teacher who taught me mum. Bear in mind, my mum's like 30 odd years older than me. So he'd been there a long, long time. He put up with a lot of shit. I felt sorry for him, to be fair. And he had to put up with me. But he was very strict. He'd be like, okay, you're in my English class. Everyone respected him, to be fair. He's like, you cannot talk. You cannot make a sound. And you just didn't make a sound or talk.
Do you ever regret not doing things a different way in school? No, this is a serious question.
No, I don't, because I ain't being funny. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't get A stars or B's. I got like something below a C anyway in most of my exams. But the kids who did get A stars, what are they doing these days?
No, I'm asking.
Poundland?
I'm asking whether about like you getting into trouble, like naughty being naughty.
Oh, well, when are you getting into trouble, Aim? All I did was sort of like not a lot in high school. I'd skive off a bit. Like I wouldn't be there when the teacher, Mr. Rouse, I've winded him up. He's a big bubbly man. It's like a big man. Like Santa Claus without the long beard. He was our science teacher. He was Scottish. And he came in one day and with these big wooden benches like you do in science. Okay, class took the register, whatever. Yes, sir.
Remember when registers in primary was like that big and blue?
Huge, weren't they? Did you ever get to call it out?
Yeah.
The teacher, Amy, can you call the register now? That was always fun. But, yeah, so he came in, he seen I was there, he took the register, I was like, yes sir, me. He's like, okay, thank you, Lee. And then he went out the room to do something. Me and my mate thought it'd be funny to climb out the window, because these are big, huge windows that pull across. So me and my mate jumped out the window and ran around the back of the science block, and when he come back in, we could hear, he was like, okay, where's Lee at, and I think it was Gary or someone, where's Lee and Gary at? And they was like, they've not been in here, so he's like, hang on, I've got them in my register. He's like, they were here 5 minutes ago. No, sir, they didn't turn up for class. They weren't here today. They're not in. He's like, I've just spoke to Lee. What are you on about? And I'm there cracking up. He walked out the room to do something. I climbed back in through the window. So does my mate, whoever it was. Sit back down. Because he's like, what's going on here? He's like, all right, sir. You've been gone a long time, haven't you? He's like, where you been? Like, I've been here the whole time. What are you on about?
You're terrible.
And then the next lesson, he walked in and said, Lee? I said, yes. So he said, just go and wait out there. Well, what have I done? Just go out. Why though? So what have I done? Because I know I'm going to have to send you out in 5 minutes anyway. So you might as well save us both the time. Just go out there before the class starts.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I did feel a bit bad. I didn't do naughty stuff though. I just talked a lot. And like set fire to the papers and whatever. Nothing like terrible.
So that's the naughtiest thing you did?
I worked in the local in school.
About outside of school?
I tried to break into the school.
You hit some lampposts with a brick?
No, not lamppost. No, I can't say all this on here. I'll get arrested.
You was you're not going to get...
The big strip lights like they have in car parks, like the underground car parks, big long strip lights. Me and my mates used to take the plastic off and use them as like lightsabers. But when you throw them, they go boom and they explode. And looking back, it was really stupid because cars would have to go over them. But that's about it, really.
That's about it.
Oh, we did my mate tried to nick a digger.
My dad would have absolutely... Tell you what, my dad would have absolutely annihilated me.
There's building a big bridge called the Millennium Bridge in Lancaster, and there's a digger there. And my mate, I don't know, he'd seen too many 80s bloody car chase films. He thought he could hotwire it, and he obviously couldn't. And then we got chased by the police.
Gary couldn't hotwire a toaster.
No, but we did get caught one time trying to nick a car outside a pub on the way back from town. I didn't. I was there.
What?
There was a lad I was with, was walking back from town. He said, I can't be asked to walk. He said, let's nick a car. I said, I ain't doing that. Don't be stupid. I climbed over these railings. I stood in the field. The car door was open. He got in the car and he was just sitting there messing about. He didn't know what the hell he was doing because he was pissed and I weren't getting in the car. Some bloke come out the pub, who was staff. Hey, get out of my car! And we ran in his night out shoes. We legged it.
What a night out shoes?
Like as in proper shoes. They weren't like I was wearing trainers. I was dressed for a night out. Legged it over this fence, this metal fence. Hid down an alleyway. Oh my God, I've never been so scared in my life. You know, you see in films where they hide down the side of bins in alleyways. I was hiding down the side of a bin in an alleyway next to a cat. And I was there for like half an hour waiting for this bloke to stop looking for us.
That.
I didn't even do it wrong. I was just there and I got scared.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to make an initial check of who you're knocking around with.
Yeah, I did afterwards. After that,
like my dad would say, tell me this then. Why were you hanging around with people who were influencing you to steal cars?
No, I didn't steal a car, right?
Influencing, I said.
Oh, I'm going to have to delete all this.
Why?
I can't leave this in here.
You can. You never stole the car.
Not in the slice. I didn't get in the car.
You was a teenage boy. You're not going to get arrested by Lancashire police.
You can't be too careful these days.
Look, you actually went to delete something. I think the most naughtiest thing I ever did is I stole an eyeliner from Sainsbury's.
Oh my God.
I put it up my sleeve.
You're definitely going to prison now.
But my point is, you never stole the car. You did good. But I'm saying is my parents would have been like, and I know your mum and dad, I think your dad would have absolutely...
He would have kicked my arse.
Exactly. Why are you knocking around with these people?
I did afterwards. So the extent I went to in that situation was I was stood in the field. He said, I'll get this car. I said, you ain't doing that. You don't know what you're doing. I was like, come on, Gary, let's just go. Whoever, it might not be Gary. I was like, let's go home. I was trying to convince him. I was just watching him piss about in his car. And then this bloke come out, chased us off. That's as far as it went. We didn't steal the car. We didn't manoeuvre the car. He got further with the digger. Because with that, we sort of pushed it a bit. And what if
it had gone off the sodding bridge?
Oh, this bridge. You know, you won't have ever seen it before. Mm. So, a metal, like the Millennium Bridge Ice, if you ever look at it on the internet, it's got the structure before, like, the platform. Yeah, like, hold it up. Mm. But it goes over the river. And before they put the platform down, it was just a huge metal bar, like, yay thick, that like, was going to hold the platform. And these other two bars. And my mate's like, bear in mind, you could just walk over one bridge and get into the town to get to the other side. Or you could go over this new bridge they're building. It's like, let's just go over this new bridge. Like, they've not put a fucking platform on it. What are you doing? Well, go on. We'll just crawl along this metal bar.
Oh, my God.
Bear in mind the river's below him. And
didn't?
I did not. And I was scared shitless. I walked off with the girls.
Oh.
There was me and two girls. And we were like, we ain't doing that. We've got more common sense. And we took the long route. I didn't mind being cold or wind.
Mm-mm.
I ain't risking my life in the river.
If you'd have fell in, I mean, people think of river, but then things can be dangerous, you know.
Mm. Look at River Wild, whatever it's called, Meryl Streep.
That's a really good film.
Kevin Bacon, very underrated actor.
You say that, but now he does adverts for EE.
Yes, but
you remember when Robert De Niro was doing an advert for the Warburtons loaf?
Harvey's one?
No,
Warburtons.
Well, Warburtons. I bet Warburtons.
Warburtons. Yeah, I feel sorry for him that he's got to do stuff like that, but then again, he has done a lot of shit films in the last 10 years.
I've got a topic before we go. And it's something that me and Liv discussed this morning. Do you ever have really, really crazy dreams that your partner's doing something ridiculously bad and wake up and they're like, I don't want to even touch you. Well, Lee did that to me this morning. And he turned over in bed, told me to F off. I was fast asleep doing nothing wrong. And he told me to F off and turned over.
I was that angry with her. I mean, I was like, obviously having a really deep sleep and a deep dream. But if only you've watched, what's it called? That freaking thing, Stranger Things. I'm on the new series and so is Tia and Brent. There's a lad in that called Steve. He's like, I don't know, about 19, 18. And in my dream, he was there. And I was sort of like having a chat with him, like them two getting on really well. And she said to me, F off, you fat git. And I was like, what? Don't talk to me in front of him like that. So I got my back up. And then he was like trying to get back in the bedroom. I was like, get out of my fucking bedroom. And then I woke up and I was like, hey, how can you support this sort of up and down this? What are you playing at? And I woke up, I was like, angry with her. I actually had to turn over. I was like, fuck the effing bitch.
You keep swearing, Lee, which not really happened.
I was like, the effing cow. I turned over the other, I was like, whoa, you wait till the morning, love, I'll have a word with you.
Yeah, and he did, and I told him to off. No, but seriously, I have had a dream where Lee's been having an affair. I've had a dream where, this was funny, no word of a lie. So, I can dream that I'm in the setting that I am in before I go to sleep. So...
You have to explain that one,
as in, like, say we're here right now, like, doing this. I can dream that we're here right now doing this. Like, I can dream I'm in bed. Like, I think, oh, well, we're in bed. Well, anyway, I was dreaming, but in my dream, I woke up And Lee was lying next to me, and above him was a spider dangling down. This has happened numerous times, hasn't it?
Yes, it freaking has.
And I'll wake up and I'm like, Lee, quick.
Mm.
And there's another thing you're going to laugh, and I don't know why I do this.
One time she smacked me thinking there's a bloody spider on my
No,
chest.
this is what I'm coming to. He jumped up and got the baseball bat because he thought I was telling him there was somebody in the house.
That's because you did tell me that.
No, but this was the other time. The spider thing happened a couple of times. But I've done this thing where I'll shout out for my mum and I'll hit Lee. I'll go, Mum! Like, you know.
That's really not necessarily meeting you now, but you have done that, yes.
And I lash out. I don't mean to, but don't, like, shh. And then Lee's got a tendency to boot the shit out of my feet. You will really, like, bang, and I'm like, ah! You often hear me in the night going, ah!
I have these really weird dreams. Like, do you ever have a recurring dream? Like,
Oh, God, Lee's had this one since we
oh
were
my
together.
God, it freaks me. Even the other day, no, what do I was awake, I think. So I have this weird dream, because we have animals, and we love animals.
Tina's had certain pets, like small hamsters and things over the years, haven't we?
I had this really weird dream once, and it's just stuck with me, like, every couple of months I'll have it, that we have a big shed down the garden, and at the bottom of the shed we have animals, like as in cages.
Like what do you call
Like
them?
rabbits and a dog that I've forgotten about. Random animals that are our pets that we're meant to look after, I've forgotten about for like a few weeks at a time. And I'm like, fuck, the dog, I've not fed him or cleaned him out in like 3 weeks.
I forgot to feed the hamsters.
Oh, I wake up feeling bloody awful.
This affects him for like a good couple of hours in the morning, doesn't it?
It's horrible, because I really think I've left a dog in the bedroom upstairs and haven't been in to feed him in like a week. And I'm like, the dog's going to be dead, oh my God, what the freak.
Yeah.
But the other day I was sitting here, I must have been dozing, I thought, oh, I've made a little 5-minute nap, a power nap.
A nana nap.
Nana nap, or grandad nap. And I was lying, I was sitting there, I was like, oh shit, have I really forgotten all them animals? I was like, this is reality, is this am I dreaming again? It was confusing, you know. Was there any funny dream? Your belly's rumbling.
Well, what it is...
I know what it is.
Tell them what happens. I don't know why this is, whether I've got a hole or something in my intestines. Tell them what happens.
When I was a drink of pop.
Or water.
She has this funny sound.
And I know when it's going to happen on the left-hand side.
You can hear I could hear it just then. You hear the drink manoeuvring down a pipes or whatever.
Catch me. No.
Just put the mic next to it.
Right there.
We just look stupid now.
It happened then.
We'd have to put the bloody Yeti next to it.
I'm not doing that. But I get this, like, you know when you hear your stomach rumbling, but it's not, I can physically hear the water going. Don't know why. Anyway, but I do have, like I say.
There.
I know. I'm saving it there.
Okay.
Do you want it?
No, you save it.
If you want it, you can have it.
No, you save it.
Lee, have it. I know you bloody want it.
Have you got a spare? You wanted that,
No,
haven't you?
I know you want it more than me.
No, that's cruel.
Lee, just have the garlic bloody bread. You great. I'm joking. I have the dream about the spider. I have had a couple of paranormal things happen to me whilst I've been in bed, believe it or not. And I thought, what the hell? I was wide awake. This was daytime, and if this had been nighttime, I tell you now, I'd have moved out. It was in my old house, and I was wide awake, and I was looking over, and as God is my witness, even though I'm not religious, I'll tear my mum, our health, whatever. I turn over, there's a freaking bloke standing next to me, but not with an actual face, but I could tell it was a man in like a stark outfit, yeah. And I remember saying, what the hell do you want? Yeah. And I blinked, and it was still there. And I turned over to get you. I turned back and it was gone, but it was clear as day. I will never, ever forget what I seen that day. And my mum has had an experience in here, and she was wide awake, and she said there was someone out above her, over the top. My mum is not, is she? She don't believe in that. My mum is no religion. My mum is science through and through, ain't she?
There is something in this house. I'm not talking about me.
No, honestly, my mum, he will not say, oh yeah, there's ghosts. She'd be like, I'm not scared of things like that. She says, I'm more intrigued by it. She said, but there was a bloke over the top of me. Like looking over the top of her. And she got up and went round all the kitchen because she had to make sure there wasn't no burglars, but she saw it go out of the door. Not open the door, just through the door. And my mum is not that type of person, but I've seen the same thing. He's seen stuff in this house and he's the same as Mum. No, not open to it, are you?
No, I'm not open to anything, me. I'm a closed book.
Tell them, don't.
No, there is something in the house. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not even really...
It's always around Tia's room, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's probably the smell of Tia's shoes trying to get out. There's definitely something around.
Because Tia was downstairs with me one day, wasn't she?
Yeah.
He was like, Tia, can you come here? She didn't answer. She was like, Tia, why are you ignoring me for? And he was like, Aim, where's... I said, leave Tia's down here. He says, I've just seen someone walk past the bedroom.
It's fun though, isn't it, to scare yourself a bit, to be fair. Like... All I want to do if I was on my own, then I'd be like, no, there's nothing in this house at all. It's just me and my dog, or dogs. That's it.
No, there is something dodgy around that landing towards my bathroom and that, because when I did the same, I was like, the other week, I was like, Tia, something walked clean past the door. I was like, Tia, can you, here, I'll grab your washing or whatever. She's like, I was like, Tia, I've found her up. She's like, Mum, I'm in with Nan.
You
and
imagine looking into it though and finding out that there'd been in the horror films, like a lot of people were murdered in that house before you lived there.
Well, this is a very old house, so there's going to have been people who have passed away here. However, I've seen it for myself and I've been like, no. But for him and more my mother, but for him to say it and my mum, there's something. But my mum wants to buy a Ouija board because my dad's like, no. My mum's like, shut up, nothing's going to happen.
There's something about just like knowing that something's happened somewhere though, that is a bit like makes you nervous about passing houses. So when I was a kid, the next street on from where I lived, you know the street of mine you went on, where I used to live, Minden Street. Yeah. You know when you used to live there, and there used to be like a big kitchen design place or something on the next road when we used to walk to my nan's.
I never knew Minden Street though.
Yeah, it was Tia who did that walk. You didn't ever do. Anyway.
No, Tia didn't do that walk because she was...
Tia used to walk from my grand's to my nan's to visit them both with me sometimes.
Oh, right. I thought you meant... Yeah, I've done it once with you.
Yeah, well, there's this house anyway, and basically a man, God forbid, he killed his missus when I was a kid with a hammer. We'd passed her occasionally. I can still picture him in my head now, I think, vaguely. But whenever you'd pass the house afterwards, it was like, oh, that was the house where that happened.
You see, that's more of a common thing for me because people who I've known in my past have ended up in prison for murder, believe it or not. Like certain people in like your school or people that you know, because that's just the way it is.
Makes what I did look like
plain
sailing.
I've known some really crackers people.
Crackiers.
Crackiers. I've known some crackiers, but now some really strange people. Not that I was ever involved in anything, but you know, you're like, oh my God, so-and-so killed someone, and you're like, what? But anyway, back to the Ouija board. My mum wanted to get one, and my dad was like, you can't do that. And my mum's like, why not? See, I'm on the fence with this one, so I'm not going to disagree with either one. All right, Lady in the Tramp, we should do that in a minute for a joke.
I've got to get going.
Why, where are you going?
I've got to get cleaned
We're
up.
having a night together tonight.
I know.
No,
I've got to watch last 25 minutes of Stranger Things.
Anyway, my dad's like, you're not having a Ouija board. You could invite something into the house. You'll laugh, but...
No, your daddy's very much over the top though, ain't he, with it?
Well,
with everything.
he descends from Roman Egyptians, you see. My nan was very superstitious. His mum, very, very like that, you know. Put the gypsy curse on you type thing, but... he was like, no, and Mum's like, yeah, I'm doing it. But I'm thinking, could you imagine if we got this thing?
Yeah.
I'd love to wind my dad up, you know, with like a magnet or something. I did this to my mate once. So imagine a pencil on this. And I was like, right, have you heard of this pencil game? I think it's called Charlie at the time or something. I was like, Dave, I was like, we'll sit at the kitchen table, we'll set it up. I got this pencil. But because the table had a bit of a dip in it, just a little one, it made the pencil kind of be able to turn. So I was like, right then, and I was going... And he couldn't hear me because I had the muse. I had like this scary...
blowing it.
Yeah, and it was going, oh my God, it's
Was that
possessed.
idiot?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
for God's
possessed.
sake.
But the thing is, with my dad, he really believes that if you do this, so this brings me on to a question. If you had any paranormal activity in your house, or do you know of anybody with some scary ghost story? Because I'd love to hear about it. Secondly, would you have a Ouija board in the house? Do you believe that you could possibly invite ghoulies and ghosties in from the unknown?
No.
And secondly, what kind of funny dreams you ever had? Have you ever woke up resenting your partner or your friends?
Yeah. Let us know in the comments, guys. Nobody ever does. I don't know why we ask these questions. Nobody ever bothers to put any comments in there
Yeah,
about
start
experiences.
commenting. Let's have some
Tell
stories.
us your stories. Imagine we're Hello Magazine or OK Magazine.
Well, imagine we're Phil and Holly and you're on this morning.
Yeah, and you're telling us about that time you once, imagine you crapped on your husband's head and woke up and actually did it.
Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Let us know, like I say, in the comments about all the questions we've asked. And also, check out the description in the link below for all our social medias. Remember to be kind, remember to be nice, comment, share, like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future video. Lee, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.